players into action. Airport. And he looks in pretty good touch to start with. A couple of singles to get him going. Andrew Leonard here with you, and Fazal Khalil alongside me. Great to have Jason Roy here, Faz.
Well, absolutely. Like you mentioned, the Englishman has won World Cup. He knows what it is to win a big stage. For him to come out here, reputation to protect, and he's come at a time when the Avengers really need him out there in the middle. He, along with Rossington.
Good shot. Knows that mid-off is up in the circle, gives himself that bit of room, and gets 4 more. There's no messing about when Adam Rossington's at the crease, and this looks a good batting surface we're playing on tonight.
Well, certainly is one of the best in the tournament so far. Pitch number 4 that we're playing on. Slightly shorter boundaries to the side that he
taking nothing away from Karnali. He's done a fine job, but he's just come in a couple of days ago.
Slightly smaller than the west.
Yeah, that just might be a...
Gives himself that room again. Happy to get
He
the
is
single.
one of the best in the tournament so far.
Yeah, great that we're onto a fresh surface for the first time, actually, since the start of the competition, pretty much, because we rotated the same 3 pitches throughout the first 19 games.
65 meters on either side. So we're almost in the center.
Steered away, finds the gap with precision. Should pick up a couple. Yeah, one of the messages I often get from overseas when people watch on, they say, how small is that ground? It looks tiny. It's not. But there is the factor of altitude. We're up at about 1,450 meters high at this very venue here at the TU. And then, of course, we're surrounded by the hills that get us up to 2,300. And then the biggest mountains in the world, up over 8,000. So the ball does seem to fly a bit more, but they're not small boundaries.
Well, certainly not. We're talking in meters, 65 meters on either side, 64 down the ground. So there are big hits. Seems very small when you watch it on television, but when you come out there, stand in the middle, it's quite imposing. And with those nice, lovely new stands, it really looks good. 6 done, 44 for 1.
Into the golden hour. Going to be treated to another lovely sunset, I've no doubt about that. Match officials have had some reinforcements. Lyndon Hannibal there, you see, signalling the end of the power play. Another Sri Lankan into play. I'm just asking our team out there to come to the side. Of course, we saw new ICC match ref 2. It's Jason Roy smiles at Mark Watt because let's have a look at this. The reason why we can't bowl. What are you doing? Yak attack. Get out of the way. Out you go.
I like this. That's good. That's good ploy against Roy. Just get him out there, confuse him a little bit, and he's still refusing to move.
Doesn't seem to have affected Jason at all. What are you doing, Yak? Yakety yak, don't come back. Away you go. Come on, let us get on with the game. What's he at? Tries to go again. I think there's maybe batter glove involved, and I think he might have got outside the line. You can't give this out.
Well, just outside the off stump. Karnali yaks.
25-yarder picked by Roy and helped away into the offside. Gets 4. Very well placed. Gulshan Jah made good ground across to his left, but wasn't able to cut it off.
Well, he's really teeing it up, isn't it, here? It was in the slot over extra cover. I've always felt that this was the most difficult shot in the cricketing manual. He's just come from Abu Dhabi playing the T10s, so this would be a real longish game for him. Down the ground, brilliant hit, straight as a die on that side screen. Jason Roy is really having a ball out here.
It's some mixed results there in the T10. His last 3 innings were 1, 3 and 5, but he's taking to the TU with real aplomb into the slot, overpitched by Mark Watts and punished down the ground. Roy has already recognised that's the best place to hit here at the TU, straight down the ground. The 50s come up. I reckon if you told Nepal cricket fans even 3 years ago, let alone a couple of years back, that you'd have Jason Roy, Faf du Plessis, Jimmy Neesham, Gulbadin Naib all here, all World Cup pedigree stars, lighting up the TU, they would have said it wouldn't be possible, but that's what the Nepal Premier League has done. It's 54 for 1. I will never get sick of that view, that beautiful sunset that we always get across to the west of the ground. We're in the land of the gods here.
Absolutely. It just paints such a nice picture. I mean, a nice sunset always shows us how good the ending is to the day, and it also reminds us how good the beginning will be tomorrow. It's a really nice ground, this, as we see Dipendra Rawat from the commentary box end. Really very, very picturesque ground, this Tribhuvan University ground here in Kathmandu. You can see the valley and the snow-capped mountains as well.
Yeah, Rawat in for his first appearance of the season. One of the changes, 5 changes for the Avengers, 3 for the Yaks, 8 between the two sides. Do have an update on our Red Bull cheerleader as well, who got injured in the first game. Rossington, oh, nearly caught and bowled, just comes out of the hand. And the great news is the young girl who got hit by that Kushal Mala 6 is out of the hospital and she's in good shape. I'll tell you now, young Sarmila BC, she's all good. And she's been released from hospital. Hopefully she'll be fit to continue. Great to see that she's okay. Very important, that.
Well, it's really good news coming out from the hospital that she's fine and she should resume her duties. It was a sickening blow that she had on the face. Really nice.
Yeah, really important. And hopefully she'll be fit to get back. Here was the drop chance. Harsh to call it a drop chance. Remember, for Rawat, he is representing his home province. As Roy goes deep in the crease, pulls it away, protection out there. Amazing to think of where all these players come from. They've kind of been balloted out through the auction and the mini auction this year. But Rawat playing for his hometown team. Over 35 players we have from Sudar Pashim alone out of the 8 teams. One of the real strongholds of cricket here in Nepal.
You've been around these neck of the woods for a long time now, Andrew. Which do you think is the best province, or which do you like the best?
I suppose the hotbeds are down towards the Terai region, down in Lumbini. We've got Bhairawa, plenty of good cricket in Birgunj, but Sudar Prashim, it just feels like they keep producing players again and again. It's a good start from Rowett. His first over of the season only goes for 3. 57 for 1. Okay, the Avengers off to a good start, but remember, this is a very, very good batting surface. They're going to want a lot more than that 150, I suspect, or 140 or so they get at the current run rate. Adam Rossington, he'll hold the key. 23 off 18, Roy 16 off 13. More spin, this time a little bit of mystery spin. The off breaks and the variety of Unish Thakori.
Well, he's got an opportunity to get the wicket that they're so much looking for. The Avengers, for the first time in the tournament, they're looking invincible. 57 for 1 in 8. They really looked the part. And like we did mention with the Bolts, getting that victory earlier in the day has really set the cat amongst the pigeons here.
Big juicy full toss to start with, and Rossington's not going to miss out on that.
We've seen he's been in prime form. A nice smile from him. He's a really nice lad. We see him there. And we also have Jess Crow, who's got someone really special. Take it away, Jess.
I'm joined here by Will Persisto. Will, with the ball in hand for the Yaks this evening, what have you made of their performance so far?
I think the game's pretty evenly poised. I mean, 1 for 60, 2 key players obviously in for Pokhara at the moment, so important that we take a couple of wickets, but I think we've started reasonably well. Unfortunately, a chance has gone down and a couple of misfields, but if we can clean that up, I think the game's pretty even.
Excellent. And 48 runs for yourself a couple of matches back. How did you find it playing out there in the middle?
Yeah, it was probably a bit of a different wicket to what looks like out there. It looks like a good batting wicket here, so hopefully if we can keep them around that 180 mark, that got chased down in the earlier match. So yeah, there looks like plenty of runs to be had out there.
And the Yaks desperately looking to get that win on the board today. Is there a bit of a shift in mindset for the team, do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, we're playing every game to win. We've certainly experimented with some different combinations and things like that, which can make it difficult for the playing group. But hopefully we've got the right combination out there today to get a win.
And I have to just keep mentioning this crowd. It's just been energetic, game in, game out. What's it like on the field hearing the support around you? Yeah, it's pretty electric. Obviously, just even before we were chatting, there was obviously some fans going pretty nuts there. So yeah, it is incredible to play in front of. Sorry, I had to watch my head there. Yeah, it's amazing, awesome atmosphere, and that's why you play cricket. I mean, you want to be an entertainer, and you want to play in front of crowds like this and passionate people. So yeah, we're so fortunate to be able to do that here. And looking at the game earlier in the day today, it was obviously a very batter-friendly wicket. With the bat in hand, what's going to be the approach for the team, do you think? It's a good question. I still think you need to keep wickets in hand. As we've seen, the power play has been a tricky time to score. So I think Milan played it beautifully. He's obviously a really experienced campaigner, scored runs all around the world, and he took his time. He played out a maiden in the first over and then went to work, and he struck it. I think it was over 150 in the end, and sort of put a really commanding score on the board. So I don't think our approach will be too dissimilar. Try and keep wickets in hand, and obviously play to your strengths and try and cash in late at the back end. Excellent. Well, all the best for you and the team. Thanks, Jess. Thank you very much. Back to comms.
Thank you both. Will Basisto and Jess, of course. Bit of a surprise, no Basisto today in the 11.
Well, absolutely, the all-rounder. Just take a look at the way he carved him around the park. That was down the ground. Lucky he didn't get that. And then he gets that big hit for 6. And then really played well. Just to get back to your point about Will Basisto, that's where you need him to bowl right now. And when he can bowl, bat, and he's an extremely good fielder, I would never want to leave him out of my team. And as Adam Rossington is just scampering home, 9 done. It's all happening here in Kathmandu. 73 for 1.
beautiful sight again, isn't it? Every time we see it, the sun just dipping beneath those hills. What can Jason Roy do? Big over this one, the last one before the strategic timeout, the expert strategic timeout. Just wonder, is Rossington going to continue to go after it? Did well to get back for 2, final ball of the last over.
Well, we certainly saw the lighter side of it. Just take a look at him running. He's scampering. Now he's galloping, and just a little canter in the end. Adam Rossington, you little beauty. I just like the way he plays. I like the concentration and the power. Straight through the man at extra cover will be a boundary. He's dealing in boundaries at the moment, is Adam Rossington. His wrist to that score of 43 now of 25.
Well, I'll tell you something, he's a little lucky here. You could say really well placed, but, well, maybe a yard away from Powan Sarafin. You saw the little moment of fear in his eyes there. Just enough. We'll give it to him. Good placement into the 40s. Really got the bit between his teeth right now, the former Essex and Middlesex man. Oh, and that is beautiful. Not quite going to go all the way, but he's really warming up. I'll tell you something. I'd never met Adam Rossington before this trip, and I'd never met Marchant de Lange. They are now 2 of my very favourite cricketers of all time. They are brilliant to watch, and they play the game the way it should be played, with a smile on their faces.
They played really hard, they played really fair, and now reinforcement in the form of Jason Roy has really spurred the Avengers on. 12 runs and over from here will get them past 200. Rossington on 44. The partnership 46 in lightning quick time. 80 for 1 are the Avengers. It looks a little different now, this team on screen.
That'll race to the rope, 4 more. Rossington's putting on a clinic here. Remember his innings in the last match, 81, was actually the slowest 50 in NPL history, coming off 53 balls. He's 2 away from getting one off just 28.
Well, he does pick up that bat like an axe, doesn't he? We all taught how to pick up a bat like an axe, and then it comes down really. 50 of the partnership of just 30 deliveries, 32 of those.
Don't think so. So he'll get to the break, the halfway stage of the innings. Just one shy of what would be a back-to-back 50 in this Nepal Premier League. It'll give us time now for the expert strategic timeout. The Avengers, 85 for 1.
In the crowd, let me tell you that
They stand a good chance to take an air conditioner home. That's because My Dear AC will reward the most energetic fan with a brand new AC as the coolest fan of the day. Aren't they all so cool? Everyone enjoying the vibe and the music over here. Dancing in the aisles, shaking a leg. Ah, there they are.
Well, there's my favorite guy, Prageet Rambakwela on the right, enjoying a little bit of apple, fruit. Really fruity day for him. I saw him enjoying himself at the breakfast as well. And come on, give us a smile, Ram. Come on, Prageet, give us a smile. There it is. We're ready to go, he says. And all three are from the same country of Sri Lanka, the Emerald Isle.
Jim in the morning, apple in the evening, Rambakwela.
49 of 29 is Adam Rossington. 12 dots, 7 fours, 2 sixes. Really played well. Sompal Kami from the Chobar end. 50 to Adam Rossington, and really well played as well in that score of 86 for 1. He's picked up 50 of 30.
Yeah, his second consecutive 50. He got 81 in the last game. And he matches that with a fluent 50 in 30 that includes 7 fours and 2 sixes and a bit of running as well. What a fine cricketer he's been here for the Pokhara Avengers in season 2 of the Nepal Premier League. He'll come out to keep as well.
Well, there's the variable bounce in the pitches that we've seen throughout the tournament. Mikhail is probably one of the quicker bowlers in the tournament. Sompal Kami, 130 Ks almost for him, but just no bounce. You can see that it's slowly dying, the bounce. At the current rate, they'll get 164. They need at least 11 to 12 runs and over to take them to that invincible total of 200. We've seen the Karnali Yaks that they can surely bat. No is the call. Would have been trouble for Adam Rossington should they have run.
It'll be interesting to see this second run being denied by Rossington, because for the most part of it, he gave Jason Roy the impression that he's coming back for the second. And on the turn, Jason Roy was not even looking at Rossington initially. Look at the sprint here. Yeah, he turns and then suddenly presses the abort button, and just in time, Jason Roy gets back. Good decision, Mr. Rossington. You're getting everything right this evening.
But he just doesn't want to throw it away now. This is the crucial moment. But till about over 15, they need to just go at 8 runs and over. You don't need to get 12 from here. Nicely played, helped on its way. That'll be a 6. Into the crowd she goes. He's picked that up and put it away as clean as a whistle. 290 big ones for the tournament. Coming off the bat of Rossington sounded so sweet and so pure. 93 for 1 now in the 11th.
Yeah, he's been a picture of focus and concentration. Visualize, focus, execute. Look at that. Fast hands, strong wrists, and boom, it goes into the stands. You'll pay the price if you stray in line, and this time the length also was not helping Sompal's cause.
59 of 36, the Siddhartha Bank maximum of the match. Really enjoying this little stint with you, Mikhail. Rossington on fire. There it is. That's gone big, and it's gone out of here. What a hit this. He just picked it up and deposited it over long on. End of the over, 11 done, 99 for 1.
For the Avengers, Burthel departed at the score of 34, but after that, both these batters have put on 65 and 37. In the last 30 deliveries, 55 runs have come through. Yeah, great scenes, great sight, wonderful backdrop, and at the forefront, quality cricket.
Lovely, absolutely stunning pictures from the ground by our cameraman Gulshan Jha coming on from the commentary box end. And it's been really a treat, this Nepal Premier League. Well, a swing and a miss outside that off stump. Jason Roy should just take the single, give Rossington the strike.
What an innings it's been by Rossington at the other end. Fluent, flawless. And each time he's middled it, it has made a sweet sound. Roy has just not been able to get that release shot for a while now. He's looked good otherwise very early in his innings. And there it is, shot third, point, cover sweeper. Shot cover, long off, long gone here for Roy.
Well, I feel so connected with this team, Mikhail, the Pokhara Avengers. They stay with us in the same hotel. We see them for breakfast, lunch, dinner. We meet the coaches, the support staff, the strength and conditioning person, the trainer, the physio. There's a happy bunch, the owner. Scampering home is Adam Rossington.
You're a people's man, Fazal. I must admit, the 100 coming up courtesy, that single. Yeah, but I echo your same sentiments as well, because we see them every day. From the ownership team, Mr. Rajiv Kapoor, he's always involved with his team and egging them on. There they are, Dinesh Karel missing out today.
Where is the coach? And where is the physio and the strength and conditioning trainer? They do such a lovely job there. They are one with the beard, strength and conditioning, and the trainer, Ravi. He's from Hyderabad in India. Does such a fabulous job, and we see him out there in the evening. Yeah, that's the lad. That's the lad with the beard, and to his right in the red tracksuit is the coach.
He's fondly known as Raja Bhaiya. The coach is from the state of Jharkhand in India, involved with the CSK as well. Great observations there, Fazal. Wow, that's in the gap too for the taking. That should beat the fielder. Ah, brilliant. Brilliant attempt in the deep.
Dipendra Rawat was the fielder there. I think he's pulled it in, but we'll still take a check. Umpire Rambakwela going up for technology. Don't know what he's upset about, but just take a look at this. That's where he's pulled it back, and seems pretty okay to me. But I'm sure the umpire will take another look from the reverse angle just to be sure.
Yeah, the left arm spinner diving to his right. That's a Superman save. These moments certainly show the kind of commitment these days fielders need to make just to save those extra true runs. Look at that for an effort. 10 out of 10.
Wonder what the fuss is all about. Will be given runs for sure. There it is. Pretty straightforward decision. Rossington 63. The partnership now 70 of 41. Can we see a big one? Can we see it going sailing over mid-wicket or point? Cut away nicely on the offside. Will be a boundary. It's a touch of class really from Adam Rossington, using the pace of Gulshan Jha and playing it behind point for very handsome runs for Adam Rossington and the Pokhara Avengers.
Just like the way he got on top of this one on his toes. Yeah, there it is. Beautifully thread the needle there. Cut through every blade of the grass, Fazal. Sped through. Just goes to show the kind of timing he's exhibiting here, Rossington in the middle. and the form he's displaying. Look at his eyes. Another good over here for the Pokhara Avengers, bringing up the 100 as well. 9 coming off it. It's 108 for 1. Presidential Graduate School Platinum cap from Ravi Bopara to become the leading run getter so far in the tournament. 212 for him, and he'll continue to pile and churn the runs on. Number 3 is Mark Ward from the Yaks. He'll come out in some time. Yeah, a lot of good, healthy competition here brewing in the top 5.
Suddenly, Adam Rossington has become a favorite in the commentary box. All of us seem to be a big fan of his. That'll be a wide. Well, we've seen him play well the other evening, but how well has he played this afternoon? He was really severe on everything. Pitch top went, when it shot, it went out of the ground. Played some really good shots on the extra cover area. It was really good downtown as well, and then picked it up, and that was the best of them all. Bit of glove love for Roy and Rossington. They come from the same country, and they're speaking the same language at the moment.
For a moment, I thought that carry to the bowler, I could have seen it wrong. This will give us a better idea what just happened over here. He got the toe end of the bat. I just dropped short. Just died on the bowler. Andrew was also mentioning about Rossington, the adaptability. In the previous wicket, it was very difficult, so he had to play himself in. I was commentating very early in his innings. He was not in the 9 deliveries, and then he went on to hit 81 and 63, and Rossington today has just turned it around.
Just shows how versatile he is. So when he lost a couple of wickets and the pitch was not really great, he changed his game, played to the way he's supposed to play on that particular pitch.
There she is, a happy then sparkling smile of the match. That's more than just a smile. That's a big grin and a broad smile and a bit of laughter and happiness as well. Congratulations, madam. With the wave, you get a hamper as well coming your way.
And they get a hamper every day. We just got one in 2 weeks. Mikhail, you got to do something about it. Your happy then smile is not coming through with the sponsors.
And at the moment, it's happy hunting here for Rossington, Fazal. I don't know about us, but I thought you got your hamper.
We're just talking about Mikhail Vaswani and his lovely smile. He just hasn't been able to convince the sponsors to just give us a happy dent hamper. I'm sure they're listening to this, and if they are, there he is. There, take a look at that smile. Absolutely stunning. The happy dent, sparkling smile of the commentary box.
The hamper is coming, I'm very sure about it. Thanks, Fazal. We'll share the spoils. Nicely struck, but as you found the fielder here, just falls short. I guess we're hell-bent on getting that hamper.
Well, anything to keep happy. 78 of 48. 52 of those for Rossington. And playing second fiddle is Jason Roy. Just fresh from the T10 tournament in Abu Dhabi. Match number 21 is the Pokhara Avengers versus the Karnali Yaks in this magnificent Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League Season 2 powered by Ncell. And it's coming to you live from this beautiful TU International Cricket Stadium is what I'd like to call it.
Cracking hit. One of the best we've seen all day. Sweet sound, wonderful timing, and that raced away.
Well, it looks like a very innocent piece of willow there with a bazooka inside it. Just take a look at this. It just sped off this outfield. There she goes. And straight into that end cell boundary Toblerone. 194.6 is what he's striking at. Adam Rossington. Can he go big? Can he go down the ground? Can he go for 6? Nicely bowled. Good finish to the over. 8 runs off it. 13 done. The Avengers 116 for 1.
Yeah, full houses every day of the week here in the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium, and it's off the charts as well, breaking records on social media to Instagram 60 million, Facebook 97, YouTube 2.5, accumulative 160 million plus. Keep it coming. That's because we are seeing astronomical, unreal numbers dished out in season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, and have to really commend the efforts of the fans and thank them for coming along and getting together. Thank you, Nepal, and a great job by the digital team as well, Fazil.
It's unbelievable what these people have done. And to the right of your screen, there's the most important man, the Secretary of the Nepal Cricket Association, Mr. Paras Khadka. And Bipul there to his right in the brown jacket, the digital head for the Cricket Association of Nepal. And how well have they done? They've taken this to the lengths and the breadths of Nepal. 160 million views on digital platforms. Unreal. There he is. Give us a wave if you can hear us, Bipul.
Yeah, Bipul Bhattarai, very proactive, always coming out with new ideas, innovative trends, trying to keep up with all of it. And he's got a big, strong team behind him. He's just trying to push the limits every now and then. It's a great team effort. Good use of his feet. Oh, it's been palmed away for a 6. The timing of the jump had to be very important, and the composure at the ropes had to be kept in mind. Najibullah Zadran there with that effort, but I reckon it's a home run.
I just got the feeling that he didn't time his jump really down the track, the slower delivery. And he was a little concerned there. Just take a look at that. Just jumping a little ahead of time. If he had timed his jump properly, he would have got it in those palms. Jason Roy now cutting loose, breaking the shackles. 2 6s for him to go with that 124. But 72 of 38. The partnership now 89 of 53. 13 and over will take them to 210. 11s will take them to 196.
Rossington always on the lookout for the second. Fazal, have you downloaded the Dish Home Go app, the official OTT streaming platform for the Nepal Premier League 2025?
Well, I was told that it is there for us to download, and I'm going to do it very soon. And for those who are watching in India, you can stream on Fan Code and Star Sports Select 2. And worldwide, it is Dish Home Go, the official OTT streaming platform for the Nepal Premier League 2025. We're in season 2. That's the projected score. Nicely bowled into the pitch. Rossington will settle for 1. He won't take any chances coming back for 2.
Okay, 9 wickets in hand, Fazal. Are we looking at something close to 200 here?
Well, this is the first time, Mikhail, in all these games that I'm really happy with the way the Avengers have played overs 7 to 15, and they're not yet at 15. They've got 81 runs so far, and they haven't lost a wicket. That's the way that you play these very crucial overs between 7 and 15. Now, if they have wickets in hand, just imagine what they can get in the last 5. Beautifully struck down the ground. There will be runs there. Normally, the long on and long off are slightly straighter. So just a single, one delivery left in the over, and it's the big man, the burly Adam Rossington, a favorite in the crowds, a favorite in the commentary box, famous with our director as well, Gulshan Jha. Can he finish well? 10 runs of the over so far, 126 for 1, and Adam Rossington is on strike. Just imploring the umpire for a wide, and I don't think he's wrong in doing that. 14 done, 126 for 1.
Yeah, Fazal was mentioning about the passage between 7 to 15, 82 with all 10 wickets intact. I guess that's the high point of the Pokhara Avengers.
Well, for me, Mikhail, after you get through that first 6 overs, 7 to 15 is more important than the 16 to 20, because 7 to 15 determines how you will play in 16 to 20 and how much you will score in 16 to 20 with wickets in hand.
+1 there. There it is, the Omora and Jeko new Jeko J5, the real SUV with best in-segment specs. 25,000 will be donated to education per match hit on the J5 podium. There it is, grand side, good looking, great features, very strong AC. All right then, event ball coming up. Rossington is going to go after. Yeah, he's got stuck underneath this one, and he knows it as well. Does not bother even looking at it because that's been caught in the crowd. That's a lovely catch and a great moment as well.
Well, if only there was an award for the crowd catch. But Rossington, take a look at this in the middle of the bat, down on one knee, the left arm spinner treated with absolute disdain, carted away to that area, cow corner. Nicely bowled. Good comeback by Watt.
Probably one of the best catches in the crowd I've seen in recent times, and maybe the first as well, Fazal, this season.
Well, that'll be the 100 of the partnership. Nicely played down the ground. He's really dealing in boundaries and a lot of power in the shots of Adam Rossington into the 190s now as far as the strike rate goes. 10 fours, 5 sixes, 83. Just take a look at that. Didn't really get it in the middle of the bat, but had enough on it to beat the fielder at long on.
And he's now bettered his previous score as well in this competition. 81 in the last game, 84 not out in this. A lovely crowd catch as well, just to add to the fanfare, excitement and entertainment. Fazal, how much would you rate that out of 10? Wow! How did he do that? Did he catch the ball or the ball caught the hand? I wonder. Nicely bowled. Good end to the over. It's been entertainment all the way with both these batters in the middle. A partnership worth 104. They're looking good, the Avengers. 138 for 1.
Well, he's top of plenty of charts right now, isn't he, this man? Adam Rossington on fire with the Nepal Premier League. And the way in which he has shown his dexterity and flexibility to adapt to the situations. Remember the slowest 50 in Nepal Premier League history in the previous game before he found that acceleration. And now, well, he may well just be thinking and becoming the third man to do a certain something that I won't mention, because I don't want to put the mockers on him. Here comes Sampal Kami for his third. Delighted to have HD Ackerman alongside me. HD, well, Rossington, he's a special talent, isn't he? And he is outdoing even the great Jason Roy here by a distance.
He's had a good tournament. I mean, even against the Kings up front, you know, gave them a good start. It's just the one failure, you could call it that, for someone at the top of the order, bearing in mind that these conditions are foreign to him. I want him back next year.
Two fielders out there. It's right between the pair of them, and it gets to the rope with one bounce. The Karnali fielding effort is starting to buckle under the pressure. There's no doubt that Najibullah should have already caught Jason Roy, and this one, well, it should have been cut off from the boundary.
Yeah, and the problem here for Sampal Kami and the Yaks is that that's hit the toe of the bat. Jason Roy, this is his first game here, so he's still trying to get accustomed to the conditions. Once he does, duck. Kami's got to vary his pace. He cannot run in and bowl seam up all night. He will go the distance.
You mean duck in the crowd, not duck on the scorecard, I hope.
Correct.
Definitely take evasive action up there in the stands. Again, he's clothed it. Ja readjusts just well enough as Roy walks the single, and Kulsawala just reminds him, you've got to run your runs. Yet again, the Yaks have used 7 bowlers. Used 8 in a couple of games. And that's with all the changes that they've made as well. A reminder, 3 for the Yaks, 5 for the Avengers. 8 changes between these two sides in what, well, is all but a must-win game for both of them to stay in the top 4 mix. Monster. Obliterated. Pace on, out the ground, into the 90s goes Adam Rossington.
Amazing, isn't it? The difference between someone who's been here for 2 weeks and someone who's just arrived. Virtually identical strokes. But Rossington has the pace of these surfaces. He knows what he's doing. He's closing in on the big one.
He's a special cricketer, and I know for a fact, being in and around the same hotel as him, he adores his time here in Nepal. He has never made a T20 century in his career, despite playing 191 games now all around the world in every corner of the cricketing globe. He may not get a better chance. He has the time to do it. The 150's come up. We've only had 2 centurions in Nepal Premier League history. Andries Gous in the first season, the South African turned American, and then Mark Watt, the Scotsman, who surprised you and I both at the top of the order for Karnali. Can Rossington join the club? Single to round out what is a 13-run over. 151 for 1. Well, they've been the story of the tournament for me, these fans, and up in the Red Bull fan zone, the new gen, you can refresh your Babal energy. Babal energy.
So we may need it, but I'm not sure the Nepali crowd do. I think they fall into a cauldron of Red Bull when they're born, because the energy that they show throughout the day. Wow.
Nandan Yadav was on with Mikhail earlier, HT, and he said to me, you love the drama, don't you? I was talking about how important it was that the reigning champions got that win. So I think whatever happens, we're going to go to the 28th and final match now before we know our four sides. It's not just the drama, it's the energy, there's just an excitement and a joy and an exhilaration around the game here. And the thing I've loved is players like Rossington, Marchant de Lange, who we referred to, Mark Watts as well, the way in which they've enjoyed that energy. As Roy chips this, and now we've just had a bit of an incident because we've lost a couple of the floodlights.
And the only people who've noticed is you and I, because it looks like they're just going to keep going out there.
But it was very apparent of the umpires. Hold on, we need to get a message out. Jason Roy's just said it. Jason Roy has said, hold on, we've lost a couple of floodlights here. We're not playing on, and rightly so. And it was after the ball was struck as it was heading towards the fielder. And he's spot on in what he's saying. We're going to have to hold play and just get every single one of those LEDs back and fully lit.
He is right, but I'd probably walk down the wicket to Adam Rossington and say to him, Rosso, what do you want here? Because I don't want to ruin your momentum, but we probably need to stop here. Where Rossington, I think Rossington just wants to keep going. The bits between the teeth, yeah.
This is incredible, really. Nails the Yorker as well. Yeah, I get the sense that Adam Rossington would just continue to bat, whatever the case. And some of the fans are now taking their torches out. They miss nothing here in Nepal. Jason Roy still hitting them well enough. Full toss hit towards Kami. Don't think he's overly happy, but he's got the muscle and the experience to get it all the way for a maximum.
Immediately indicated to the umpire that he's not seeing it properly. I wish I could not see it properly and hit it like that. Yeah, he's just losing the ball, isn't he?
A little bit like we saw Dawid Malan not happy points of his innings earlier. Remember, those two opened the batting for England quite a bit. It'll be a wide outside the off stump. Just wonder what's going to happen here in terms of, do we get to the end of the over? Can the umpires get a message across?
I was under the impression that if you lose some lights, you stop immediately and wait for them to come back on. That was my impression.
I don't think it's every tower. I think it's just two of them, isn't it? You can see that one there and one other. They've been impeccable so far, so no doubt someone is on it. But yeah, strange little over this one. And a bit of everything as always. As these two batters, as you say, they have the momentum. They're approaching their individual landmarks. And Roy might just have been deceived by a very good slower ball, and Jason Roy is furious. He is still carrying on to Hannibal, the umpire, and I can understand why, to be honest with you. I think he was probably told that he had to get on with it, and Rossington's now coming across to establish what's going on. We've got a bit of a flashpoint here, H, but the end result is going to be the end of Jason Roy's first knock here at the Nepal Premier League.
Well, it's arguably the best score by an overseas player in their first outing here in Nepal. But he has every right to be upset, Jason Roy. To be honest, I've never really seen this before.
Can't see the ball. Can't see the ball.
Not happy. Good innings, though, from Roy. Goes for 46. The Avengers now 161 for 2.
Well, in comes one of the 3 new overseas players. Remember, we're wishing Dan Douthwaite well. I think he's flown home with that horrible ankle injury that he had. The 4th umpire, the reserve umpire, has now been sent herring around the ground to run across to the match referee. In comes Dhananjay Lakshan, the Sri Lankan. And I think the lights have just come back on mid-ball, or certainly in the run-up to the ball. And there is going to be one very unhappy Jason Roy. A remarkable over, a truly remarkable over. It's 161 for 2. I suspect we'll see a bit of talk about this, whatever the results here. HD. Here comes Sampal Kami. Oh, brilliant Yorker. Right into the block hole. Rossington moves to 95. I just wonder how much that dismissal of Roy is going to affect the momentum in this Avengers innings. You felt like they were on course for 200. They'll do very well to get there now.
That's spot on. Well, at least he's tried something different, gone around the wicket and gone at leg stump. Sampal Kami. Well, just looking out of our vantage point here, there's a considerable difference between the light now with all the lights back on than what there was the last over.
I think they should have held up play. I really do, and that's what Jason Roy was saying. Nice bit of innovation. He does get just enough of it to get it round the corner, over, and teasingly over the head of the short fine leg fielder. And it's a first run in Nepal Premier League cricket for Lakshan.
Tough gig this, isn't it? You run in, bowl a great Yorker to Rossington. You then land your next one perfectly as well, but except Lakshan's on bended knee. Well, the Sri Lankans invented it, didn't they? Or was it a Zimbabwean?
I think for those real Badgers like me, well, they'll know it was Douglas Marillier, won't they? All the way back, a long way before. And then it was Ryan Campbell, the former Dutch head coach, now up at Durham, who played it, but Dilscoop was the one who patented Tilakaratne Dilshan. Into the slots, and a really nice bat swing is going to pump that for 4. Kami continues with pace on, continues to be costly. He's already gone for 44.
Oh, I'm sorry about this, Jimmy Neesham, but the Avengers look a different side. I mean, I know that you're a very valuable player, but Rossington firing, Bertel at the top of the order, I like. Roy in at 3. And now this fella. Wow.
Oh, a bit of fortune. And Sampal Kami cannot believe his luck. What are you doing here if you're Kami? Do you have to think about changing the pace that you're bowling at? Because everything with pace on seems to be going to the rope. 3 consecutive boundaries.
The problem that I have at Sampal Kami is that he can't defend any side of the ground at the moment. You've got to try and say, well, okay, I'm going to defend the leg side. I'm going to come around the wicket and I'm going to try and bowl some leg cutters or some slower balls and force him to go to the leg side. Or I'm going to bowl over the wicket, bowl at the wide line and defend the offside.
Well, he may well bring up an unwanted record himself here. Sampal Kami might bring up his individual 50 in terms of the runs he's conceded. He's been by a distance the most expensive bowler. And I just wonder who's going to bowl the last 2 overs.
The one thing I will say about him is that in the most difficult circumstances, he does put his hand up and say, give me the ball. So he may go the distance, but he's happy to bowl in the difficult times.
Rossington just wants the single. I'm not sure why Lakshan is sprinting that one. No chance at 2. He'll have the strike on 96. It's the end of Kami's spell. None for 50. It does come up. It's 176 for 2. Well, the Avengers surging themselves into the playoff picture potentially. They would love a big final 2 overs. And how they would love if Adam Rossington could get to this landmark for the first time in his T20 career. He's 4 away. Any boundary will do. Nandan Yadav will bowl the 19th. I have no idea who's going to bowl the 20th. Oh, that's really well bowled for me. Inside the guideline. Good change of pace.
Yeah, again, he's bowled a highly skilled delivery, a pace off the ball at the wide line. So he's saying to Rossington, if you want to hit me, you've got to come fetch me. Now, I know these big hitters like to clear that left leg. So trying to reach that wide line is almost impossible to get any part of the bat on it. You may just get a toe end.
Doesn't get it. Well bowled again. There's interest in the second, but no chance of getting back. Rossington just a shake of the head. He knows he's maybe running out of steam a touch. He's played so well. It's been a pleasure to watch him.
And just ever since the lights went out, it was almost as if the rhythm just went. You know, they've bowled nicely to him. I'll give them that. They've nailed their Yorkers. He's not someone who gets on bended knee and plays that old dill scoop or whatever we want to call it. This is a whole different proposition now for Nandan Yadav against Lakshan, who's 13 from 5. The ideal innings at this stage.
Yeah, 3 ODIs for the Sri Lankan, about 3 years back. One of the ones the Avengers have brought in. I tell you, this is a brilliant spell. In amidst the carnage, I know he's got 3 more balls to bowl. Nandan Yadav has 1 for 26 and has really stood tall this evening.
Rossington could get 99 and Atherton could call him in.
Can't bring up poor old Graham Hick. He's still traumatised by that. It's funny how Michael Atherton reflected on that and said it may be one of the only things he would have changed, actually. After all that time, Jason Roy still doesn't look best pleased by what's happened, and you can't really blame him. Oh, this is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. It's a road of a pitch. And he's just bowled .1.
Rossington will say to Lakshan, don't worry about me, just hit it out the ground. Meanwhile, in the back of his mind, he's saying, get an inside edge to fine leg and run 1. Give me a shot at the title.
We might quite want him to go boundary here, so he'll be on strike for the final over. Oh, another good Yorker. Will be the single. I just wonder, does Rossington bunt 1 here? It'll probably depend upon the delivery. He'll need to be flexible with it.
If it's there, he's going for it. If it's there, he's going for it. I think everyone's pulling for him, isn't it? He's the most likable character. Win or lose, there's always a smile on his face. So I think there's a few that are pulling for him.
Does have 9 first-class centuries, but never a T20 or List A one, despite his white ball pedigree. Oh, big swing and a miss. Got to run the by. Get down there, Lakshan. And he does. Don't run the second. No! He's not going to have the strike. Oh, it's a wide. He might have another chance at it.
Good call. Good call from the umpire. But again, I must admit, I admire Nandan Yadav for the way he's gone about it. If you're going to make a mistake with the wide, because you can't bowl at the stumps now to Rossington on 97. You bowl at the stumps, you'll never find the ball.
Great drama just in this over alone. Can Yadav close out his spell? He's been really, really good this evening. There it is. 191 T20s. And this is the moment he gets to lift the bat. The helmet's off. And there will not be a broader smile in the nation than that of Adam Rossington this evening. He's got it off just 55 balls. What an innings, HT.
Entertainment personified. He's gone through all the gears tonight. And he's topped off his season. I know there's still a few more matches to go, but he's topped off the consistency with a wonderful knock here. He's not done yet.
185 for 2. And I've no doubt that there is more than a bit of emotion for Adam Rossington at that very moment. You could almost see it in him. He didn't want to go too big with the celebration, because I think that will mean the absolute world to him. Rather remarkably, he's lost his county contract. He's no longer with Essex. That's out the ground. Lakshan getting in the act as it's Gulshan Jah to bowl the 20th and final. The 200 plus total on the cards.
Well, here is pace off. Almost as if Lakshan was predicting this, because he just waited for it. A hard off-cutter into the surface. Well, we have had batters say that this is a good pitch. The scores are suggesting that. Nearly 180 was chased down. Well, it was chased down earlier. The Avengers have got a few more. Just bear in mind that the Bolts chased that down with overs to spare.
Sliced away behind point. There's a fielder out there. Now, what must this feel like for a man who's lost his county deals somehow, playing in leagues all around the world? He's never got to 3 figures before. Very, very special. And a hugely likeable man with a magic moment here in Kathmandu. There's a satisfaction in that celebration, and the crowd love every second. They know they've been treated to an absolute beauty. Andreas Geuss was the first, Mark Watt the second, Adam Rossington the third.
Oh, there we go. It's been added. The little one next to the 100.
The most important one, if you will, particularly if it leads the Avengers to a crucial win. 3 deliveries left, 6 more to get to the 200 marker. Oh, he's missed out there, hasn't he? And Jah almost does himself a nuisance in the follow-through. You talk about his raw talent, Adam Rossington. You can just see it in every ball that he strikes.
The other thing we got to bear in mind here is 1,400 meters above sea level. You run out of gas. You know, it doesn't matter how fit you are. You can only take in a certain amount of oxygen. And when you've been running between the wickets and slapping the odd boundary here and there, you tend to run out of puff.
Helped away, fielder there, over his head. And it's going to be 200 for just the second time in Nepal Premier League history. The Kings were the first this season, and that came against the Avengers. But the Avengers, thanks to this man, Adam Rossington, were telling their redemption story this evening.
They've teased these boundary riders all night. I'm not sure where you should stand, Gulshan, because that was well over.
Unish the Cordy out there. It's very rare you actually see Gulshan Jah that animated. He's such a calm young man, usually, with wisdom beyond his years. 25 balls for the last 50. Credit to Lakshan, he's played his part. But this night, as of right now, belongs to this man, and he'll face the final delivery of the first innings. And he lasers one to deep point. Brilliantly fielded. Rossington says, oh, let's have a think about the second, but Kulsawala, with the glove off, does enough. And I'm glad he finishes not out. And the entirety of this TU cricket ground rises to Adam Rossington to applaud the most special of innings. We've been treated to an absolute exhibition of ball striking from the former Middlesex and Essex man. I think our floor manager's trying to get a word with him. I'm not sure he's going to get that, because he's sprinting off. He's got keeping work to do. 108 not out off just 58.
Well, if they defend this, you would say that's the perfect scorecard. They got the platform through Bertel and Rossington. Then Rossington was joined by Roy, who in his very first match struggled, as we know, Jason Roy, to play, but eventually he found a little bit towards the back end, was undone by some electrical failures. And then Dhananjay Lakshan played the perfect cameo. But what an innings from Adam Rossington.
Yeah, 40 off 20 they put on in quick time to kind of recover after that really strange, I think it was the 17th over, maybe the 16th over, where we had kind of a semi-floodlight failure for just a moment, but it paid price to Jason Roy, who looked good to make a 50 on his debut, but he made 46. Great 127-run partnership for the second wicket between the two Englishmen. I know the figures might not stand out as they should, but those 4 overs from Nandan Yadav were really impressive.
Yeah, he was at the pick. He was the pick of them. Just again with the times that he's asked to bowl at the top, and then he's asked to bowl at the back end, which are always tricky. Mark Watt just bowled the 3 overs. Sometimes when captains use an awful amount of bowlers, they don't get it right because they just feel as though they want to give everyone an opportunity. We saw it in the earlier game as well. 8 bowlers used, and that team lost.
Well, there's only one man's name on probably the entire nation's lips right now. It's the big man himself, Adam Rossington. He's a crisp ball striker, and he gets it into the arc of where he likes to score. Well, he's a joy to watch.
So powerful down the ground, over sort of deep mid-wicket. But what he also showed in this innings is that he has touch. And it was apt that that's the way that he went to his 100, with a little bit of difference. Splendid innings. Thank you for the entertainment.
Amen to that. Couldn't agree more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The first man to bring up the 250-run marker. He will now be awarded the platinum cap. Well, unless someone gets 150 or something in the chase to go by. Be the target for the Yaks. Remember, it's not quite must win for both sides, but in all reality, The losers will have to do something remarkable to get into the playoffs. The winners will have it all in their own hands, as the Yaks will need 202 to win. We'll have all the action from the second innings very soon.
Top indicator,
Okay.
maximum force also.
Lovely.
She'll give you the cap, so you have to put that cap on.
I'll give you that. Down, thank you. couple of spinners, and then kicked on from there.
And let's speak more about that partnership between yourself and Jason then. How was, obviously, he's fresh into the camp. What was it like sharing the middle with him?
Yeah, brilliant. He's a quality player. Like I say, he read the situation brilliantly, managed to keep turning over the strike, and then got going towards the end himself.
And now coming back from an incredible innings again for yourself last match, did you have a little bit of a shift in mindset today, or just keep the same sort of approach?
We thought it was going to be a better wicket than last time. Wanted to try and make advantage of that power play, and then see where we went from there. So no, we're definitely happy with 202.
And looking at how the pitch has played for the batters today in particular, what's the team attack going to be with the ball walking into the next innings?
I think we've just got to keep the stumps in play for as long as possible, make them hit good cricket shots, and like I say, hopefully we can defend that.
In 202, happy with that score? Confident defending it?
Yeah, I think it's just above par. We'll have to bowl and field well, but we're confident.
Excellent. Well done again, and all the best for you and the team.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Back to comms.
Thank you, Jess. I just like the way Rossington stated it's just about par. We'll have to bowl really well. This is only the second 200-plus score we are seeing in Season 2 of the NPL. Very modest in his claims over there. Yeah, there it is. It's been an Adam Rossington show. The second centurion of NPL Season 2, a partnership of 127 with Jason Roy for the second wicket. And then Dhananjaya Lakshan came and hammered 23 in 11. Avengers looked a completely different outfit tonight. Very good evening, Fazal Khalil.
Very good evening, Mikhail Vaswani. And what was interesting there is Adam Rossington said is just about par. And the other evening, when they scored about 160 or 150, I think he said they were 10 runs above par. And they lost that game. Bipin Sharma, Nandan Yadav bowled well, though he went for a few runs. Very impressed with the young lad. Nandan Yadav picked up that one wicket. And Sompal Kami going for 50 of his 4. Doesn't happen very often. Mark Watt, the other one to get the wicket, 1 for 24 of his 3 overs. Surprising he didn't complete his quota of overs despite the carnage. 201 for 2 in 20 overs is what the Karnali Yaks will need when they come out to bat. There's the confirmation. The Karnali Yaks need 202 runs to win from 20 overs at a staggering rate of 10.10 runs to the over. Well, let's take a look at the points table here, Mikhail, and see how things have really worked out for teams, especially after that win from the Janakpur Bolts have just opened up this entire tournament. 5 played, 1 win, 2 points for them. So there are 3 teams on 2 points. And the Chitwan Rhinos on 4 points, having played their 2 games, but sitting pretty right at the top. Sudur Paschim Royals, they've already qualified for the playoffs. They'll take it nice and easy from here. The Kathmandu Gorkhas, they have 2 games remaining, but 1 against the Bolts and 1 against the Avengers, who have started playing well. So everything to play for, and just to remind the viewers that 4 teams will qualify for those all-important playoffs.
Yeah, the top 4. For the moment, Sudur Paschim Royals have that 1 foot across that finishing line for the top 4. But there's so much to play for, a lot of life in this competition. Anyone's game from here on. Teams are peaking at just the right stage. Players coming back into form. David Malan, Arjun Saud stitched 112 early in the day for the first wicket for the Rhinos. Later in the evening, now you're seeing for the Pokhara Avengers, Jason Roy and Rossington stitched 127. There they are, the 2 gentlemen. Prageet Rambakuela and his colleague in this game, Landon Hannibal, making their way to the middle. Yeah, great scenes, wonderful evening, a double header, well and truly into the back end, the business end now. It's all teams jostling for spots. Top 4 in the back of their mind. And it's anyone's proposition from here on. Big ask for the Karnali Yaks. They've not had a great outing. They've lost 3 on the bounce. And they've lost twice defending. And before that, once chasing. How buoyed would these gentlemen be feeling after that 200-run performance with the bat? But all eyes will be on the opening batters. And it's the tried and tested combination of Panchal and Mokwat will have to come out there and be on a leather hand right from the ball. Word go.
Well, absolutely. And if they want two men out there to do the job for them, here's one of them, Mark Watt, 114 versus the Lions in this tournament. So we can see that he can really tonk the ball. He has a really good strike rate as well, 165. And you really need to play an Adam Rossington kind of innings. And he needs the support from Priyank Panchal. He got in that very first game against the Rhinos. Could he come good for the Yaks again this evening? There's so much need, these two out there, to play that Jason Roy, Adam Rossington kind of innings. They need to get off to that flyer in those first 6 overs. They will start with spin, so they've got to be mindful of the fact that the ball might just stick into the surface. Bipin Khatri's bowled really well in the couple of games that he's played this season. 4 for 15, his best. And he's been amongst the wickets, and he's got the penchant for picking up wickets early.
Yeah, he's a wicket-taking proposition here for the Pokhara Avengers, and he's been on song as well with the ball. All set for the chase. Mark Watt facing up to Bipin Khatri. First runs courtesy an extra. Yeah, you got to go the Rossington way in this chase.
Well, they need to keep it nice and tight and let the batsmen make all the mistakes, because they're the ones who need 10 runs and over. Straight away, out of the screws. That's gone all the way. On leg stump, a hit-me ball. It had hit-me written all over it. And Mark Watt is starting and celebrating with that first 6.
Yeah, just like the way he moved inside the crease and picked the length early. It's always going to be a bit of a challenger for Khatri, bowling into the left-handed batter. And on this occasion, Mark Watt just hitting him with the turn.
Well, nice to see the Indian, Rishi Dhawan, out there giving his words of wisdom to Khatri. First game for Rishi Dhawan.
Get it.
Priyank Panchal comes on strike. Yeah, Rishi Dhawan, saw him recently in a couple of leagues. Did open the batting as well. Yeah, the very seasoned campaigner, played for India, a lot of experience. He's been a very fine cricketer.
Very animated. In his first game, he's really in it in the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. We're in match 21, the business end of the tournament. Bipin Khatri to Priyank Panchal, who got that first ball duck off the mark, and he'll be feeling really good. A very, very good talent, Priyank Panchal. He from India as well. Fabulous first-class record there. 8,500 first-class runs. No better partner for Mark Watt than this gentleman on your screen.
Yeah, 250s for him. 19 the very first game. 60 a couple of days ago. A great use of his feet. No look shot. That's out of here. One of the best home runs we've seen all evening. Decisive blow from the batter Mark Watt. He's looking good.
Well, good evening, Bipin Khatri, says Mark Watt. Back live down the ground this time. There is protection, just a single. Just take a look at this once again. So good, so nimble-footed, just down the track, and thank you very much. That's gone all the way. Big into those last of the grass banks here at the TU International Cricket Stadium.
Yeah, touch of arrogance in that hit. He comes with his own flair and flamboyance. A grand sight indeed. Light Towers in all its glory. Over the bowler's head, runs nicely fielded. Akash Chand with that one-handed effort. What a start here for the Yaks. They've accumulated 17 in the first over. Match number 21 coming to you live from the TU International Cricket Ground here in Kirtipur, Nepal. 202 is the target. 70 knocked off by the Yaks in the first over. Mark Watt getting 14 out of it. Yeah, he's the highest individual scorer in this competition so far. An unbeaten 114, the first centurion in NPL Season 2. Just some time back, Adam Rossington got himself also into the three-figure mark. 108 unbeaten runs for him. Bipin Khatri was the spin option. It's going to be Dhananjay Lakshan.
Dhananjay Lakshan, who played so well, 69 matches in his career so far, 69th game, 48 wickets, very good average, a very good economy, 8.75. He's bowling in the power play, 4 for 30, his best. If he can just get either one of them out, preferably Mark Watt, he would have done his job for the evening. Again, second time beaten outside that off stump. Priyank Panchal, very tentative.
Yeah, Fazal, they say desperate times calls for desperate measures. Your thoughts on the 5 changes the Pokhara Avengers made? Dhananjay Lakshan, one of them.
Certainly did well for them, both with bat and now with ball. All the way from Sri Lanka. So a lot of Sri Lankan flavor out there in the middle. The 3 umpires are Sri Lankan, bowler Sri Lankan. That's a third time. This was the best of them all. It pitched, and he's getting a little seam movement away. The Kookaburra ball does have a very pronounced seam, and when you land on the seam, depending on which side the seam is facing, you get a little bit of movement there. Just take a look at that. Bounce, carry through to Adam Rossington. Well, it's all happening here at the TU International.
Yeah, just getting deep into the technicalities of seam presentation and wrist position here, Fazal. Always nice to see a good, nice presentation of the seam at the point of delivery. Change in the field now. Courtesy those 3 deliveries that beat the bat has prompted Kushal Burtel to get a slip in. So 4 on the off inside the circle, saving 1, and 2 on the onside. 2 fielders in the deep, 1 at deep square leg and 1 at deep third.
This time gets bat to ball Priyank Panchal. They started with a run rate of 10.10 runs to the over. They need that run rate to be constant throughout the 20 overs. That's the tough thing for them. They need a very good power play. The Avengers had 44 for 1 in their power play. They need to do as well or better to get that, to get into that chase. Huge chase, 184 needed of 110, Mikhail. So that first 6 overs are really crucial.
Yeah, just coming to the question over here, when you're chasing something as big as 200, we'll get to it after this delivery. Do you really go in with a target for 6 overs as a chasing side? This is what we have to have, we need to have on the table after 6 when you're chasing 200.
Well, that's why you have that required run rate, isn't it? Just keep abreast with the run rate. You need to understand that there are 3 phases in this game. Play the 3 phases smart. I'm the kind of person who likes to take it deep into the game. The last 6 or last 5 overs, you can score a lot of runs, provided you have wickets in hand. It's not really how you start. It is very important, but it's more important how you finish. So to finish the innings really well, you need to have wickets in hand, especially in a run chase such as this. You don't want to start hard right in front, lose 3 or 4 wickets, and then you're playing catch up. And by the time you realize it, you're perhaps out of the game.
Absolutely. Remember, there's no Will Basisto today for the Karnali Yaks. Jai Kishan Kolsawala, another very fine batter. He's trying to throw the kitchen sink at this one. He'll have to hurry. Makes it in time. Very good over. Only 3 runs coming off it. 20 for no loss. Yeah, 3 centurions in the SBL NPL. Andreas Gauss, 104 not out. That was in season 1. And he was from the Pokhara Avengers as well. So 2 centurions from the Pokhara Avengers this year as well. Adam Rossington getting it earlier in the day. And earlier in the tournament, it was Mark Waters right now playing in the middle on an unbeaten 15. Rishi Dhawan, great numbers for him. Great economy, seasoned campaigner. Can be very skiddy with the ball. Yeah, he'll come hard at the batter. There's a shot third in place. This point on the edge of the circle, shot cover. Chipped in the air, almost carried. Just hurried the batter and cramped him for room.
Well, Mikhail, I've just got the feeling that they're trying to hit the ball too hard here. Just take a look at the way he hits the 6. Now, this is the last delivery, but I just want to take a look at the way he hit the left-arm spinner for 6. We'll just show you that in a little bit. And then I'd like to make the comparison to how he's playing now. Now just get the, there it is. A direct hit, he would have been heading back home. But just take a look at this. He came down the track and it was all timing. And take a look at where it went. And this was the last ball of the last over, coming down the track and trying to hit it really hard, and absolutely no timing on that. So the name of the game right now is about timing. The ball coming nicely onto the bat. Use the bowler's pace to get the runs. Don't try and take the cover off the ball. We saw that Adam Rossington innings. We saw Jason Roy playing. They didn't really hit the ball really hard. They were timing the ball and they were getting the distance that they were desiring. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's gone all the way, and that was pure timing from Priyank Panchal. That's exactly the point that I was trying to make. 300 sixes for the tournament. We're in the 14th day, and the Karnali Yaks are really turning it on here.
This is some hit. Yeah, just stand and deliver. They just sailed into the stands, rather grassy banks. Spoke about timing. That was a clear illustration of the sweet timing on that. Oh, I'll tell you what, this one even better. Priyank Panchal's taken some time, but he's dished out 2 deadly delights with the bat. What a hit.
Well, just take a look at that. He created a nice firm base for himself. There it is. The head firm, and the bat speed through the ball was optimum. That's the reason why it went so nicely. Just the timing on that. Well, they call it the smash factor in golf. That's an illustration of that. Really good piece of timing this from Priyank Panchal.
The pressure will be on Rishi Dhawan. What a welcome he's had to NPL. He's already given away 13 runs in the first 4 deliveries, and this man is in smash mode. Priyank Panchal. Wow. What's the comeback here by Rishi? Yeah, pace off. The but obvious option for most bowlers these days on surfaces like this.
Just take a look at that run-out opportunity. Mark Watt calling. He needed a direct hit. He was not even in the frame. He gave up halfway, just hoping that Burtel misses, and obliging there was the skipper, Kushal Burtel. We've seen Deepak. We've seen Dipendra Singh Airi, who has this uncanny knack of hitting the stumps from very awkward positions and angles. Nicely played, nicely run on the bounce. Really good end to the over. 14 runs off it, 3 done, 34 for none.
Confident start here by the Yaks. They're taking their chances, they're running well, but more importantly, they're making full use of the field restrictions here in this steep chase. They've knocked off 34 in the first 3. They need 168 and 102. Their asking rate still close to 10. Game number 21.
It's close to 10, not above 10, but the current run rate, 11.33. So they're going ahead of it. It's in the air. There is a fielder, Burtel, he's not going to miss out. Priyank Panchal will make the walk back to the dugout. First wicket down for the Karnali Yaks, and Pokhara Avengers congregate in the middle, celebrate that wicket of Priyank Panchal.
A smart bit of bowling here by Dhananjay Lakshan. Talk about the pace-off delivery, keeping it wide. And Panchal had to reach out to it, got the toe end of the bat, lacked the timing, lost his shape, and a very fine catch by Burtel. The Avengers draw first blood, and the overseas recruits up putting on a show. Panchal departs for a promising 16. It's 34 for 1. Kishan Kolsawala comes out at the fall of Priyank Panchal's wicket. Another very busy cricketer. Very innovative as well with the bat. He's evolved over a period of time and plays all around the dial. Very exciting batter, always on the lookout for runs. Yeah, there's not much time for a Yak batter to come and settle in. It's about just come and get a sighter, get going with the bat. And up against them are some very, very smart operators in the middle. Dhananjay Lakshan being one of them. He's been playing leagues around the world, Jai Kishan Kolsawala. More of a franchise cricketer. He's here because...
just getting a little restless there, Priyank Panchal. Trying to get some extra runs. Very smartly bowled by Lakshan and Kushal Burtel, the skipper. Nice, comfortable catch.
Yeah, represented Baroda, 10 first-class matches for him, but then decided to move on and play a lot of franchise cricket around the globe. And I've seen him play some innings, and he's really turned on the magic with the bat.
He certainly likes his food, doesn't he? Jai Kishan Kolsawala, there it is, left-handed batsman.
Wonderful delivery. Good captaincy as well with a slip in place. The changes in the playing 11 for the Avengers are working today. Jason Roy got the runs up front with a big partnership. Dhananjay Lakshan eking out a wicket very early in his spell. When you make those wholesale changes, you only hope that something pays off in all of it, and so far it has all worked. Mr. Rambakuela is not pleased with something in the middle. Yeah, all he's trying to convey to Mr. Burtel is, in the run-up, please don't make those changes in the field. Mr. Rambakuela has the third eye.
The Hawkeye.
Runs. Kolsawala off the mark. Not much will change, Fazal, with this man's approach in the middle. Mark Watt.
Yeah, with the wicket of Priyank Panchal, how much pressure would it put on Mark Watt to not only get the runs, stay abreast with the run rate, and to keep his wicket intact? There it is. Now they've dropped from 11s to 9s.
This has turned out to be a fabulous over. 2 runs and the big wicket of Priyank Panchal. And the Avengers are back in the contest. 36 for 1. Yeah, to all the coolest fans out there, Mighty AC will reward one of the most energetic fans with a brand new AC as the coolest fan of the day, and there are so many to choose from. Some are cool, some are vibrant, some are energetic. Well, take your pick. They're just adding to all the energy in the middle. Great start here for the Avengers. They've got runs with the bat. They've got an early wicket. Akash Chand making a comeback into the playing 11. We'll get to bowl from the Chobar end.
Love the ring to that Chobar end. Well, looking a little tentative right now, but with Jai Kishan Kolsawala out there in the middle, I just cannot understand how you could drop Will Busisto, bring in Jai Kishan Kolsawala. I wonder what the thinking is. Left-hander for an all-rounder, 3-dimensional player, a wicket-keeper for the all-rounder. Just doesn't fit in, Mikhail, to me.
Yeah, they began with Arjun Gharti as a wicketkeeper, then they went to Deepak Dumre, and now they've moved to Jai Kishan Kolsawala at the expense of a Will Busisto. I'm sure the team management has their plans in place, but remember they've lost 3 on the bounce.
Well, Will Busisto, the kind of fielder that he is, the kind of bowler that he is, and the kind of batsman that he is, he'll always be in my playing 11 for sure. Because he lends so much flexibility to the captain. I'm just very, very surprised that they've made that choice.
Yeah, time to head across to the sidelines. We believe Jess Crow has someone alongside her. Whom do you have with you, Jess?
I'm joined here by Rajiv Kapoor, the CEO of the Avengers. Rajiv, sorry, an excellent start for the team tonight. How have you found it?
Come again, please.
How have you found the team performance tonight?
Well, it's been a roller coaster, because we started with a certain strategy. Unfortunately, even before the tournament started, we lost one of our chess players, Chamindu. He broke his finger at the nets just 2 days before the tournament would start. And then during the tournament, we lost Dan. So it was kind of a seesaw thing. We had to quickly get together, scramble, get players, and go back to the drawing board, revisit the strategy, look at the team balance. But I'm happy today it's all coming together. It's been quite a journey, I would say. A lot of, sleepless nights, a lot of going to the drawing boards, a lot of, strategizing with the coach, with others, and given the love that we have in the social media, there was a fair amount of input from the fans as well, saying, you should get this, and then you should get this player. So all in all, I think it's a very exciting journey, I would say, despite all the setbacks that we have had.
Excellent. And touching on those players then, how nice has it been for you personally to be able to give these young local players the opportunity to, perform on the big stage?
Oh, that's what NPL is all about. And even when we went in for the mini auction this time, we were very clear that we wanted to get more players, upcoming players, from the province that Pokhara is, which is the Gandagi province. And therefore, we got good players from Gandagi province also. After that, the point was, to make them ready for the bigger scale. And then, look at their fitness, look at their fielding levels, look at their skill levels. And because there's quite a distance between where they were and this stage to rub shoulders with some of the best in the business. So it was quite a hard work, I would say, with the coach, with the CNC coaches, with the fitness experts. So we had 2 camps, one in Pokhara, one in Gurugram near Delhi. So which gave the team, the idea to gel together, to work together, to get to know each other. And then the coach and the support staff worked very well. They worked very hard, tell them about the various angles in the fields and, educate them about the process, because this is raw talent. Some of them are absolutely amazing cricketers. What they need is polish. What they also need is, to know how to perform in certain situations, like the stress situations, You cannot overnight prepare them. That's something which grows organically. So, but I'm happy, that the players have been able to pull together. We have had setbacks, which is true. Okay, in a game of cricket, there's only one winner. But I'm happy, the way the boys have shown resilience. They come back, they say it doesn't matter. They will go perform in the next match. So it's been pretty satisfying in the sense. But there clearly is a long way to go.
Excellent. Well, best of luck to you in the Avengers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's head back to comms.
Thank you, Jess. Great man, Rajiv Kapoor. Had a couple of chats with him in the hotel some days back. Yeah, he's so full of energy and positivity as well. 47 for 1 after 5. And they just seem to be receiving some medical treatment over there. Is Jai Kishan Kolsawala, if I'm not wrong, he's just walked out and he seems to be in some pain.
Well, we've seen 200 surpassed for the second time in the history of the Nepal Premier League. If Mark Watt keeps blazing away, who knows? We might have a third this evening. And the Yaks are going to need to hunt down what would be the highest total ever chased in the Nepal Premier League to harbour any real hopes of still qualifying for the top 4. Good strike from Mark Watt, goes all the way, brings the 50 up. I'll tell you something, the Scotsman, he's been impressive with the bat this season, and he's got the bit between his teeth already into the 30s.
We might see a new role for Mark Watt when he returns to his homeland, because you're right. Jeez, he hits it clean over mid-on, mid-wicket. Those are his areas. You do feel as though he's the one man that can get them close.
I'd add one man to that, Gulshan Jha. And there is depth too to this Yaks batting lineup. Certainly on paper, Pau and Saraf, who's warming up there. And Najibullah Zadran, we know how good a player he is. He hasn't shown it yet this season in the Nepal Premier League. Keeper up to the stumps now, Rossington. But the big question for me is the X factor of Gulshan Jha, and when do they use him? This was his 100 earlier in the season, and the second in history. Rossington made it the third today. Came in quick time too.
Such quick time that it surprised us all. That was a splendid 100. Splendid 100. And I don't think anyone enjoyed it more than Mark Watt himself.
It's right into the slots. There's a hint of swagger in the way in which Mark Watt held the pose there. Yes, it's a long half volley. Yes, it's there to be put away, but put away with real aplomb, real quality. Max O'Dowd loves it.
This is a good shot, you know, because the ball's just swinging into leg stump, and he just adjusts his bat face at point of contact to get it through mid-off.
I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. Paris Kadka was up with us, just having a chat to myself, yourself. Stewie Law's in the house too. Oh, that's massive. Mark Watt on fire. That's up into the owner's box. The chase is on here. And even a bit of admiration of his own work from the Scotsman.
That sort of length, seam up at that sort of pace. Wow. He's clattered that.
What I hope Paris Kadka doesn't mind me saying is that he was watching the last few hours of that first innings where Adam Rossington was going so well. He says, this is the best pitch we've seen all season. And he said, whatever the Avengers get, he said the Yaks will have a real chance of chasing it, because he's played so much cricket here. His entire life has been spent here. The former national team captain, and he knows a good surface when he sees one here. There is really true pace and bounce and carry, and the Karnali Yaks crowd is coming to life here, chanting Mark Watt's name now.
Get it.
But the other thing I was just going to question you on is, where does Gulshan Jah come in?
It is a good question. No, I think if Watt gets out, I'd send Gulshan Jah in. If it's Kolsawala who gets out, I'd probably send in Pawan. I think it's dangerous to have two power hitters at the crease. When I say dangerous, you have two power hitters at the crease together.
Gone! And even Watty says that's one of the biggest hits of the season. What a shot! Mark Watt, 69 for 1. Runs from the 6th over. It's always such an important one, and right now the Yaks are ahead of the required run rate.
They are. I mean, if you turn and you look at the DLS score on the scoreboard, they're well ahead of it, but hard to believe with such an enormous over, and the required rate sits at 9.5.
Yeah, shows the scale of the challenge, and for Kushal Bertel, he'll rue that decision. In the modern game, it's very rare you get away with bowling the same bowler 3 overs on the bounce in the power play. His first 2 were brilliant. His next 2, not so much. Now here's Kieran Thaguna, who bowls, well, a few part-time off breaks, and they are very friendly. And the only reason he's bowling is because there's 2 left-handers at the crease. What about this ball striking, though, from Mark Watt?
Yeah, this was lovely. Lovely little use of the feet. That's his favorite area of the ground, as this highlight package will tell you. Wow, that's enormous.
Big bit of news in Scottish cricket yesterday as well, because after the departure of Doug Watson, the former head coach of Scotland,
Get it, nice.
we've got a new head coach, relatively unheralded Owen Dawkins, never been a full-time head coach. He's worked as a Gloucestershire Academy coach. He'll get assistance from the former Scotland captain Gordon Drummond. I've no doubt they're watching on as Mark Watt goes to 50 and wondering, will Scotland's all-rounder be up the order when he's got the tartan blue rather than the light blue of Karnali on? He's played very well, and it's his second 50-plus score of the season.
Well, what he is proving is that 100 wasn't just a one-off.
I think Max O'Dowd is unhappy he hasn't gone with a pre-rehearsed celebration of some kind there. Oh, an edge. That could have gone anywhere. Outfield quick. Well, not quick enough because Akash Chand is rapid. We saw Kulsawala getting some treatment. I'm not altogether too sure as to how much cricket he is playing at the moment. He is something of an OG, an original great of cricket in Nepal. He's been up here, I think, at least half a dozen times now. And he needs to get on with it. 5 off 7. He looks like a man who's out of nick.
So important that he finds a way to get Watt on strike.
His last cricket of any kind was the NPL last year. No ball. Oh, of all the things you can do as a part-time off-spinner. And Kishan Kulsawala gets the single, so it's going to be Mark Watt on strike for the free hit.
I'm not sure of how much longer Kulsawala is going to stay out there because he limped across. Oh, wow. Kulsawala limped across to the non-strikers end, shaking his head.
We'd love to know what Mark Watt is asking here. Is he wondering whether or not... Surely he knows the field can change. Different batter on strike. Whatever the case, Watt can do with this as he pleases. I suspect he's going to run down the ground and try pump him all the way for 6. Exactly what he does, but he drags it squarer. And because Kulsawala can't run, they only take the single. It's the Mark Watt show here, 76 for 1. Well, a few more interesting moves in the crowd. Glad to see they're loving every second, though. Been great, hasn't it? Just 2 years into this franchise league, as to the pickup in terms of the fanaticism around each of the 8 franchise sides, the replica jerseys, seeing them all over the city. And I do have to ask you, the decision to play Kulsawala instead of that man who's looked so good all season, particularly with the running between the wickets right now, feels a bit perplexing.
Yeah, I've racked my brain. Look, I mean, Kulsawala may go on. They always say beware the injured man. He may go on and get 70 not out, but you got to feel a little bit hard done by, if you will, Basista. He was their best player last season.
Now again, the graphic may have said lead break. I think these are going to be a few kind of bit of licorice all sorts. He might bowl a few off breaks to the 2 left-handers at the crease.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in Rossington and Watt's bedrooms tonight, because I think they're both going to get cramped while asleep.
Only one of them will be on the winning side. Oh, got him. And Kulsawala, that's the end of that. He was never at the races, was he, to be frank? And actually, the way he was going, for his team's sake, he might be better off the crease rather than out there, because he doesn't look in full fitness. He's been stumped for 6. Not a replay he's going to want to see. Gone for 6, it's 77 for 2. Not an innings for Kulsawala to remember. 6 off 10. It will bring Paran Saraf to the crease, so they'll have the right-hand, left-hand combination. A few of the keener-eyed fans may have noticed at home that this man has had to change his number, because he was playing with number 20, but Jason Roy pulled rank and said, no, I'm number 20. So Sandeep KC, who had number 20, and what he's been wearing his whole career in domestic cricket here, was trumped, or champed, if you will, by Jason Roy, who said, no, 20 for me, you'll have to change. Very, very part-time stuff here. Mark Watt's got to be careful just to put it away rather than find a way to get out.
I don't think you need to go dancing down the wicket to this either. I think Sandeep will dish up something that you can dispatch over mid-wicket or over long on. But going dancing down the wicket is not the answer.
Better.
It's pretty telegraphed, this from Kulsawala. He comes early. It's just a seam-up delivery. He misses it by 4 feet 5 inches. And Rossington does the rest.
Don't remember seeing a batter coming down the track. Sometimes when they misread what the delivery is, in terms of they haven't picked the googly, they can miss it by a long way. They can be made look a fool. But it never looked anything but a straight up delivery. It didn't swing, it didn't seam, it didn't spin, and he's missed it by a long way. Would have had the option to retire hurt, of course, and maybe come back later, but ends up just running by one to be dismissed for 6. As we're seeing, well, this is some pretty poor bowling. I know the overs had a wicket and only gone for 5, but it's been all over the place.
Probably wasn't a good wicket for them either.
Another man on his Nepal Premier League debut tonight. He has a wicket in the over. Licorice all sorts, but effective nonetheless. 81 for 2. Abhinesh Bahara sits proudly on top of the as Kushal Patel brings himself into the attack. Good diving stop. Just a hand on it, but a very effective hand from Rishi Dowan at backward points.
Interesting looking at those statistics about the most wickets in the tournament. There was an Australian all-rounder, now coach around the world, Tom Moody, once said, batters win you matches, bowlers win you tournaments. And if those are the top 3 teams in the tournament, all those bowlers, Royals, Kings, Gawkers. Interesting.
Yeah, spot on the money. No doubt about that. Kushal Patel bringing himself into the attack. Important overs, these ones. What gets away with that? Because he doesn't get to the pitch of it. Yeah, just been a bit of a lull, hasn't there? Coming out of the power play, couple of tight overs.
And such an important period of the game, because Watt sort of just lost the strike there for a while, didn't he? While Kulsawala was nursing some cramp or torn hamstring.
This goes a long way up. Has he got it far enough? Not quite, and it's another one down. How many catches have we seen go down? Okay, he is going to his weaker side, Bipin Khatri, but it should have been taken.
An area of improvement across the board. Yes, it's gone a long way up, but you've had all the time in the world to get yourself in a good position. We've just seen this too much, aren't we? We've seen some cracking catches, some unbelievable catches, but too many of those are going down.
I'd also say, from a strategic angle, you've got to get your best fielders at long off and long on to Bertel. As he attempts the switch it, the reverse sweep, doesn't get it. Yeah, certainly something we've noticed throughout the season here up in the HP Lubricant Comcam. The catching under floodlights, you can understand why. So many players here at the Nepal Premier League will never have played under floodlights. National team players will have.
Catch it, catch it.
Put down again. I'm not sure if he even got a hand on it. It's going to race to the rope for 4, and Bertel is cursing his luck. Sagar Dakal, who's nursing a right hand injury, mistimed his jump, and I think this is another chance gone a begging.
And I think this is a situation where he just doesn't think the ball can get to him. I just don't think he's expecting the ball to come. You've got to time your jump perfectly there, though, to take that catch.
Get it.
8 runs from the over. There could and maybe should have been 2 wickets in there as another misfield. A very unhappy captain is Kushal Patel, who prides himself on his fielding. It's 89 for 2. Incredible atmosphere this evening. Not quite capacity, probably about 2/3 full. But a reminder, I don't know about you, H, I'd say even you've had some people sliding into your DMs asking for tickets for Saturday because they sold out for Saturday in 11 minutes yesterday. We don't have any passes, we cannot help you, but I would advise you, if you want to come and be a part of it, get those tickets now on the Calty app and come along for the matches leading up to another Super Saturday. Is the Gutta.
Get it.
He's going to bowl his second.
It's been such an education for me since coming here. I've learned about what sliding into DMs means.
Completely hits that one right off the toe. Yeah, we've had some great fun, haven't we? Particularly with Jess Crow. Here's his 50. Mark Watts, 9 boundaries altogether. I have to say, he's hit the ball really cleanly.
The leg side might be his favourite side, but he's certainly shown that he can hit it on both sides of the ground. But you don't want to bowl it up underneath his nose, the Scotsman, because he'll pound you out the ground.
Off the toe end, and will race away. Flies to the rope. Sagar Dakal. Well, he's being worked over every which way. 4 more to the total.
It's going their way at the moment. Fortune favors the brave.
There is also this Gulshan Jah factor. The longer they can delay his needed arrival to the crease, the higher the chances of the Yaks chasing this down increase, if that makes sense. So let's say they're going to need 12 and over off the last 5, and then they lose the 3rd wicket and Gulshan Jah's got to come to the crease. I think Jah would quite fancy that. Well, full toss and really misses out as Jason Roy. He's had an interesting first appearance, hasn't he, in the Nepal Premier League, and he looks none too pleased out there at long off right now.
7 bowlers used again. There's a lot of bowlers being used by each side.
Still no Sagar Dakal. He's a national team player. They don't want to bowl the left-arm spinner to Mark Watt, I don't think. Fielder there. Taken, much more like it. And a drop of the ball in celebration. Tripraj Das does the business and Thagana's pumped up.
He was a little unsure where the boundary rope was, and when he took this, he thought, am I okay? I am. He's got 2 for. Oh, Cristiano. Danger man, Mark Watt. And he's given them a chance. Goes for 59, 95 for 3.
And with that, the umpires will take the expert strategic timeout. The score, the Yaks, 95 for 3. Dancers, young and old alike. They have the rhythm here in Nepal, Faz.
Well, they certainly have the rhythm, they have the timing, they have the grace, they have the elegance. They've got the candor, they've got it all, haven't they? And they've got the cricket as well. And they have Andrew Leonard as well.
Stop now, Fazal, please. I can tell you something, it is contagious though. It really is. Okay, the end of our expert education strategic timeout. Game somewhat hangs in the balance. Obviously, the runs on the board will always fancy their chances of defending them. Here's the 3 wickets to have fallen. The first one, Priyank Panchal. This was a big moment. Good catch from Kushal Patel, who's such a good fielder. Second one, well, I don't know what to say about this.
Well, the shot was not as shocking to me personally as a selection ahead of someone like a Will Busisto. I mean, I just cannot get it past me how someone with 3 dimensions in the game can be asked to bench. I'm really surprised. 10 done, 95 for 3.
Well, the halfway stage, the Yaks are ahead in terms of the runs that they've accumulated. Ahead of the Avengers, that is. But the problem is they've lost 2 more wickets. As Sagar Dakal, because the right-handers at the crease finally, is called upon.
Foul.
Won't believe this. It's the 8th bowler to be used already. As Najibullah Zadran, who's known to take on left-arm spin, might just be shy of confidence. Can he hit his way into form in the same way in which Anil Shah did in our first game of the day? Got a great career for runs here so far in Nepal.
Certainly got the opportunity here to show exactly how good a player he is. Zadran.
Catch it!
Really pinged off the bat. Yeah, it'll really sting Burtel, the fielder.
I think rather remarkably, for me, Kushal Burtel is one of the very best fielders anywhere in Nepal. Oh, now it's harsh to call that a drop. That was a wonderful effort. And I think it's better to call it 3 runs saved.
Get it!
I don't think many of the fielders actually, I suspect none of the 11 out there apart from Burtel even get to this.
Anyone else apart from Burtel there, that would have been 4 runs. He just stopped it. It is definitely a chance. It'll go down as a chance, but I think it's right to say he saved 3 runs. 104-57 now.
Incredible. 8 bowlers used in 11 overs.
Get it, get it! Easy, 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 easy.
Now, this season, Zadran, albeit on some difficult pitches at points, has not shown his quality. Couple of not outs in there, but no real scores of note just yet.
Najibullah Zadran is a much better player than those stats suggest. Perhaps just not getting the spot in the batting order where he'd be comfortable. And this is a format where you come in there and just play to what your team requires rather than where you could tell the skipper or the coach, this is where I'd like to bat. Dakal, 2 for 15 is best.
Helped into the leg side and may well have been helped all the way. Didn't come off the middle of the bat and it was dragged a little bit by Pau and Saraf. But the 100 comes up in some style and the Yaks staying in the hunt. 105 for 3.
Well, the good part here was that he gave himself some room.
Slightly slower for the second 50 than the first, but there is batting to come, particularly that X-factor of Gulshan Jah, who surely will be in next at number 6. And Najibullah Zadran, well, he owes this franchise some runs. Can he show his class? The Afghan may look to take on Kushal Bertel's leg spin. Look at that, 8 bowlers used. Many of the sides, particularly in the bottom 4 or 5, and they've just kind of shown their lack of confidence, lack of certainty in their bowling options. That's why they've been rotating so much. Both Kiran Thaguna and Sandeep, I've never seen bowl before in any type of domestic cricket here in Nepal.
Just clearing his front foot a little bit and then getting the space to free his arms. Back live now, just a single for Najibullah Zadran. But I don't know about you, Andrew, but I'm a big believer in this in-between phase between 7 to 15. You need to really play it smart. The Avengers had 94 and they didn't lose a wicket in that phase. And the Yaks have just scored 37 and they've lost 2 wickets. So this is the phase that can make or break the game.
Yeah, and if you look at the power play, the Yaks were 25 runs ahead with the same loss of wickets. So it was the brilliance of that Jason Roy and Adam Rossington partnership that was so impressive for the second wickets. That made these middle overs fantastic work. Akash Chan does nothing but give you 100% effort in everything that he does. 2 crucial runs saved for the team.
Well, certainly saved 2 crucial runs, but I don't like the place that he's fielding at. He's fielding for the ball that's pitched short. There it is. But this was hit over extra cover. Really good shot. I think I'd like to see the fielder a little straighter. Well, as we say that, he's coming a little straighter. So now it gives the opportunity to toss that one up. Inviting the drive, inviting the shot down the ground. 12 done, 110 for 3.
From the TU International Cricket Ground here in Kirtipur, just outside the capital city of Kathmandu, in the suburbs of it. And as the winter gets a bit more wintry and a bit chillier into December now for the first time in the season, the fans are wrapped up, but they're loving every second of the hot action on the field, as it's almost honours even. The problem for the Yaks, just falling behind that required rate a little bit. It's up to 11.5. In a chase like this, Fazal, you can't really afford even 1 or 2 poor overs.
Well, 1 or 2 poor overs would mean the required rate would go into the 13s. And then if you lose a wicket or so, then you're completely playing catch up from there. So it's a double-edged sword for these 2 guys out there in the middle. They have to score the runs and keep wickets intact.
Yeah, Rishi Dhawan back into the attack. You'll be better placed to tell me more about this man. Played an awful lot of IPL cricket, will be very well known down, particularly in our live Star Sports coverage there in India.
I guess he's done very well for himself, especially at the T20 level. He's done well in the Ranji Trophy as well, first class level. He's played for the country, he plays for Himachal Pradesh. He's done really well in the opportunities that he's got. 136th match, 118 wickets, best of 6 for 23. He does play in Himachal where the wickets do suit seam bowling. So I'm not surprised that he's got the 6 for 23. I'm not sure he's got it in Himachal, but just guessing that he probably has got those wickets at Lali in Himachal.
He might just have picked up a wicket here. Shorter ball. Bertel is never dropping that. The trademark kiss to, well, the Yaks innings is now lurching into the mire. Really, really well bowled by Dowan. Banged it into the surface, and he has the first Nepal Premier League wicket in his career.
Well, smartly bowled. That's the right length and the right speed that it's come out, and Bertel is not going to miss out. Did mention that he plays a lot of cricket in Himachal, in a ground at Lali. 19-14 for Pawan Saraf, 111 for 4.
Now, the right call, in my opinion. This is the man, the young man, who, if he plays anything like he did the other evening, where he made 49 not outs off 22 deliveries, could bring this game back to life. And listen to that roar from the crowd as he was announced. Still an incredibly young man, but has a lot of experience for the national team. Someone who Monty Desai, and indeed Dav Watmore before him, showed a huge amount of faith in when he was merely a teenager. And remarkably, didn't bat in the first 2 games. But since then, his season's getting better and better. What can the big left-hander do? He has enough time to set a bit of a platform, doesn't he? Work it around for a couple of 1s and 2s. But when the spinners come at him, he only really plays in one way. Can Ja be the man to stand tall on what is, in essence, a must-win occasion for the Karnali Yaks?
90 of 45, very clear-cut. The template for the Karnali Yaks, and Gulshan Jah, probably one of the brightest sparks in the future of Nepal cricket. I'm really impressed with Gulshan Jah. Nandan Yadav the other.
Slower ball, hit up and over the offside intentionally, and we'll get a skid across the outfield with a bit of dew and get Zadran a boundary. That's exactly where Pawan Saraf should have hit his, over the offside rather than trying to pull across it. Good extension of the arms from Afghanistan's Najibullah Zadran.
Just the bottom hand coming off the handle there, hence not getting the distance that he desired. Well, just a little frustration by the fielder there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what you said before that ball about Gulshan Jah having a very bright future. This is what we're talking about. Look at where Pawan Saraf's trying to hit that. He's trying to pull it to the leg side, skews off the outside edge. If he went up and over extra cover there, might have got it to the rope.
Well, that's the pressure of the scoreboard. He's got one eye on it. Almost 12 runs and over is what they need. Not too much batting to follow. Score those 12s and 13s and over. So it all depends on these two out there in the middle. 85 or 43. A very difficult mountain to climb.
Oh, well bowled. That was a good delivery, and Jazz done well to keep that out. Wicket taking over from the former IPL player. 13 bowled, 117 for 4. Here are these part-time off breaks again. They're going to think of a second here. Najibullah Zadran is quick enough and gets home comfortably. Is Rossington not too happy with the throw?
I'm just waiting to see how Rossington will be tomorrow morning at the breakfast table. Stiff, perhaps. There he is. He's played a really good innings. He's made to work behind the stumps as well. He's a really good kid. Very affable, very polite, perfect gentleman. 12.15 runs to the over now. It's getting increasingly difficult for the Yaks.
No, that's massive. He deserved more than 6 for that one, Najibullah. Like I said, I have never seen Kieran Thaguna bowl. They are part-time little straight breaks, and that was right into the wheelhouse. A monstrous 6.
Well, just take a look at this. Like I did mention, he's one of the brightest sparks. Just drags it so short, but he latched onto that. Didn't need a second invitation, and it went way above those stands there, probably out of the ground as well. You'll need new balls for sure. There's the very animated Rishi Dhawan, very calm Adam Rossington. It's nice to have these kind of characters in the team, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a big conflab, wasn't there? They all came together. Kushal Bertel brought himself in from long off. I understand what Bertel's doing. He's saying, I don't have an out-and-out off-spinner in the 11, right-arm off-spinner that is. I've got 2 left-handers at the crease. I'm trying something here with my part-timer. Now he goes slower through the air. That must have been the discussion. Go slower, force Zadran to put the pace onto the ball.
What they need to do really is avoid giving those 6s away, because that's what the Karnali Yaks need. If you can keep a check on the 6s, then you'll get the wickets for sure.
Doesn't get it, and Jason Roy will tidy up down at long on. Dew is definitely a factor. We can see Dhawan drawing the ball in the previous over. Roy here. He'll try to keep the ball up. That's not going to help. Not going to help when you drop it as the bowler. It goes across the turf.
I was talking to 1 or 2 players earlier on in the tournament, and they did mention about the dew, Andrew, and they did say we were hoping that the ball goes outside the ground and gets lost, so we get a brand new ball or a new old ball that's relatively dry. This is really soapy once it hits the turf. Get it on.
An inquiry from Adam Rossington. No real merit to the appeal, as Jah didn't lose his footing. Yeah, no doubt the advice from Rishi Dhawan in particular and Adam Rossington was to go slower. Last 3 balls have been much slower. Dot 1 dot. Can he get out of this over? He will get out of it. Just the 10 off it, so that's still well beneath the required rate. It's 127 for 4. Just the one game tomorrow as the juggernaut that is the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. It rolls on. And it's a big one too, because the Lions, if they could turn over the Kings, would maybe consider themselves with 1 foot into the playoffs. But if the Kings win, they will seal their spot in the final 4, and they'll have a real hope of finishing in the top 2. It should be a cracking contest. We'll be live on air from 3:45 p.m. Nepali Standard Time. 75 to win off 36. Kushal Bertel to bowl. He slices away to the really interesting fielding position. Deep backward point that tidies up. He played well the other evening, didn't he? 49 off 22. Equalled his career best in the Nepal Premier League.
That was a day game. And this is under lights with a lot of dew. We keep saying that it becomes easy as the evening progresses. But it becomes quite difficult as well. Just take a look at some of the shots that he's played. He was in so much control, and he was hitting the ball to exactly where he wanted it to go.
Yeah, the big difference, I suppose, that was a first innings effort, wasn't it? Whereas this is in the chase. There's no doubt he has that X factor, the ability to, you think of some players, you know, who may only be able to hit 4s and 6s in one area. You could see the wagon wheel of Ja there all around the ground. Yet to get going though, just 3 off 5 at the moment. Fielder at long off, stumbles! He's lost his footing as Rishi Dhawan. And instead of it being the 5th wicket, it's a maximum.
Well, I expected a little more professionalism from Rishi Dhawan. He was talking to these two gentlemen on your screen when the ball was hit in his direction. That's why he was caught like a deer in headlights. If we get a replay of that, there, he just was he had turned around talking to those two fielders there, and then he turned around and realized the ball was coming to him. You don't expect that from a professional like Rishi Dhawan. They need to give him the water and move away from there.
It's Dinesh Karel running the drinks there. Tries to add insult to injury. There's a fielder there, straight to him. 6 and out for Ja, and Kushal Bertel says, finally someone's held a catch off my bowling.
Well, very lucky are the Avengers here, going for it again. Let's take a look at that, tossed up once again. He had the nerve to toss it up, the wrong one, and very well held by Bipin Khatri. I'm the man, he says. Really pumped is the skipper, Kushal Bertel. He realizes and recognizes how important a wicket this is. Gulshan Jah departs for 9, and with it perhaps the hopes for the Yaks as well. 135 for 5.
Just seen, well, the biggest wicket that there is in the Yaks 11 for me. Gulshan Jah caught in the deep by Bipin Khatri for 9 will bring Sampal Kami to the crease. Very, very capable. But is he able to score at the kind of strike rate that his side need? He's a special man, a charismatic cricketer, a talented cricketer in all 3 disciplines is Sampal Kami. Can he stand up when his side need him the most? Credit to Kushal Bertel. I can't remember a spell that deserved a wicket more than this one, because he's had 3 drops off his bowling, and finally someone held on to one. Captain be captain. An immediate slog sweep, and Sampal Kami starts brightly with a maximum. Action-packed over this one.
Certainly action-packed. 14 runs and the wicket of the over. Sampal Kami, a shot in real desperation there. Down on one knee, picked it up and put it where cow corner would have been. Really good hit by the skipper. Just wondering what could have been.
Just guilty of getting a bit full, Faz. Full again, and he probably gets away with that one. There's no doubt the Jew is coming into play. It's going to be 61 to win off the final 5. Karnali Yaks 141 for 5.
The chase is a steep one. It's a big ask. The demand is high. You need someone to play big. You needed a good start. 77 for 2 at one stage. They just lost Gulshan Jha. Zadran's looking good. Sampal starts off with the 6. Their asking rate is over 12. Tensions building. But what the Yaks need to keep in mind is they can't let the panic to set in. This man can play big. He can literally take the team very close to the target. He needs company. I'm not quite sure how much of muscle is there in the lower order. Yeah, in comes Rishi Dhawan, a wicket for him. Andrew, tensions reaching its crescendo here.
Yeah, it really is. And the reality is, Mikhail, both sides have to win. I know there are permutations where they get through with only 2 wins, but both sides just have to win here. It's all on the line in the final 5.
Goes hard, goes down the ground. He struck it really well, and he starts off well over number 16 with a 4. They are going to take the attack to the opposition, the Yaks, and this is a good start.
Do not rule out the Yaks yet. I know they're 5 down. I know the odds are stacked against them, but the ball is skidding on. The dew is a real factor, and Najibullah Zadran, he's a world-class player. Yes, he's not been at his best so far in the Nepal Premier League, but you don't play the amount that he has played in ODI and T20I cricket for Afghanistan without being a quality player. And you can see the concern all around for the Avengers, and particularly Adam Rossington is going, guys, we cannot let my first ever white ball 100 go in vain, please. I don't want to get a ton and lose. I want to be on the winning side and celebrate this evening.
And it's not the first time he's made that run or sprint to the bowler. He's done that on a couple of occasions before this as well. You can trust Rishi Dhawan to just do something different. He's been in the situations time and again. Good start. Boundary of the first ball. Oh, he's skied this up. Fielders converging, as many as 3. Rossington and the fielder, but it's been pouched beautifully by Kiran Thaguna. Bipin Khatri, Rossington running towards it, but Kiran Thaguna says it's mine, and Rishi Dhawan strikes to send danger man Zadran back to the dugout.
Brilliant catch. Brilliant catch. And we've seen a few go down. It's a boundary and then it's out, and Najibullah Zadran, who put away another one off Dhawan like this. He tries coming across it, and Thaguna's having a great evening. The wicket with the ball, and now a fantastic catch. The game slides further towards the Avengers. 145 for 6.
Yeah, they're striking at regular intervals. Sampal Kami in deep discussion there with Dipendra Rawat. Got to really wait and see how much of depth do they have, the Yaks, in the steep chase. Two wickets for Dhawan, playing his first game in NPL. Slower delivery, takes the pace off the ball, nicely worked. Throw at the bowler's end, a bit wayward, bit high. Nicely backed up by Burthel. They're high on energy. Oh, what a time to welcome HD Ackerman in the comm box.
A bit wayward. It's missed by the length of a rugby field.
Gotta keep it polite sometimes, HD. Where did this one go, Mr. Thaguna? I took a good catch, but that was all over the place. Yeah, great catch there. 3 fielders converging. One had to go for it. He didn't stop himself. Very nicely bowled. Got to be very deceptive with those slower balls.
Yeah, they've mixed and matched their bowlers, haven't they? Well, we did say that the problem when you're chasing 200 is you've got to sustain such a high run rate for a long period of time. You know, so even if you're scoring at tens, you got to keep going at tens, otherwise that run rate gets up quickly. I mean, we're nearly now at 13.
Sompal wants to. A bit of a misfield will allow them to get the second. This is where, as a fielding side, you've got to just be on your toes and be ready to just put your body behind the line. So much happening this evening. And there it is, the next-gen Pulsar power. Explosive, fast and unstoppable. The Bajaj Pulsar. That's a grand sight, good ride. Look at the shock absorbers. Wow, some nice, sleek looking machine there. A precision strike, clean and sharp. HD's favorite ride. HD did speak about the deceleration in the game begins with the slower deliveries and as many as 3 to 4 slow balls here by Rishi Dhawan. The 150 comes up, work to do here. 52 needed in 24, it's 150 for 6. Pokhara Avengers are slightly ahead in this contest. Not much separates the two sides but the wicket column here. The Yaks have lost 5 extra wickets to what the Avengers had lost at this stage. They're even keel on scores. How much of runs can Rawat bring with his bat? Your thoughts on the Pokhara Avengers? No Jimmy Neesham, Sumit Verma missing out, a player of the match a couple of days ago with a 50. They're a completely different outfit this evening, HD. This is close. Good shout. Oh, I wonder what really went against the bowler here. Was it some glove onto the pads? But I felt that was hitting middle.
Okay.
How was that one?
Oh, nicely bowled. They do look a different outfit. I mean, Jimmy Neesham in this side, you'd have him every day of the week. Absolutely, no doubt. I think Jason Roy coming up near the top of the order, it gives them another dimension to go along with obviously Rossington, who's a fixture in the side. And I thought that Lakshan's innings was similar to what you would expect from someone like Jimmy Neesham.
Catch it, catch it.
Good shot. Nice shot, up and over.
Yeah, and by the end of it, it's very hard to fill the shoes of someone like Jimmy Neesham, but you look for a like-for-like replacement sometimes, and Lakshan did just that. Nicely played, bit innovative, bit risky, but you take the risk is only then you reap the reward as well for a shot. So nicely done there by Dipendra Rawat. So Dhananjay Lakshan got the few overs, got a wicket, got that quick fire blitzkrieg going.
And that's what you're talking about. You know, a player like Neesham, it's very difficult to replace him with just one player. You often need 2 players to replace someone like that. And that's why they've done so well with Lakshan, because that's all he's going to do with the ball. He's going to offer. He might not give you 4, but he'll give you a couple. He may give you, and today he's given them 3, as you mentioned, got 1 for 27. He played what is the correct terminology for the cameo. It was short, but it was impactful with the bat. Jimmy's got a good pair of hands as well. So maybe it's just clicked for them. I do think that there's been a lot of good middle order batting over the course of this tournament, but not a lot of good top order batting. And now we're just starting to see the top orders starting to fire. Dawid Malan earlier today, even though he ended up on a losing side, and then earlier this evening with Bertel and Roy and Rossington. End of the over, 156 for 6.
A lot will depend on this man. A lot's going through his mind as well. He does not have many partners at the other end. Spare a thought for the Karnali Yaks. They've lost 3 on the bounce, twice defending, twice chasing. Tonight as well, they are playing catch-up. They need 46 in 18.
They've only got themselves to blame. They had themselves to blame at the toss of the coin, Mikhail. I'm terribly sorry, but the selection of the 11 is, any cricketer worth their salt would not have understood what went on there. The leaving out of Will Basisto for someone like Kolsawala and even Najibullah Zadran. And I'm not suggesting that either is a poor player, but Basisto was in form. Basisto got 48 in 46 and then got run out for naught. Run out. And he's your best fielder. He's arguably, along with Dipendra Singh Airee, the best fielder in the competition. He's probably going to win the catch of the whole competition. And he adds with ball in hand. It makes no sense whatsoever, and I'm terribly sorry that I have to be critical about it. But if you want to know why you're out the competition, it's because you've made an absurd decision. Absolutely absurd.
And I just wonder, if I'm William Basisto, what's the reasoning behind my omission is what I'll be thinking sitting in the dugout over there.
Well, he's not injured, because before play, he was running around the field doing fitness. Yeah, it would have been a very interesting discussion that would have had to be held.
Oh, this is curtains. This is curtains. Sompal Kami, I'm afraid. Or who is it? The non-striker. Just need to wait and watch and ascertain if the batter that crossed, but at the moment it looks like Dipendra Rawat is walking by and walking towards the dugout. Absolute harakiri in the middle here for the Karnali Yaks.
Oh, a mess from start to finish. Sompal Kami wanted the run. It's probably the non-striker's call, though, and he was going absolutely nowhere, and Kami ran past him. Rawat goes for 10. Well, the Yaks now, they've got a lot to do. 158 for 7.
Nandan Yadav would rather have a ball in hand than bat at this stage. He'll get off the mark. Yeah, I come to the point of selecting your playing 11, playing the players at the right time. This selection is not about dropping the person at the right time, but also playing the person at the right time.
Yeah, that, I'm afraid, I'm not sure that it's a run. And the reason why I know it is Sompal Kami wasn't even in on the other side when the bails were taken off.
Just felt Dipendra Rawat understood, beg your pardon, that he has to be selfless in that act and move on to the dugout. That's a lovely hit. One bounce, that's a 4. He'll put on a fight, Sompal Kami. Just feel he's the Lone Ranger at the moment.
I think Rishi Dhawan has been impressive towards the back end here, the way he's taken the pace off the ball, the skills of his variations. This is probably the first one that he's got wrong because it's full and it really is saying hit me. But you can be forgiven for getting one wrong.
He's got 2 wickets. He's impacted a run out of his own bowling. Avengers looking good, well-rounded today's game. Batters got the runs. Many bowling options here, as many as 8 used by Bortel. Almost everyone giving a good account of themselves. He skied this up. Sompal Kami should be taken in the deep. Nicely pouched. Brilliant catch. And that's Dhananjay, if I'm not wrong. Never easy when you're taking a catch in the deep. At the edge of the outfield. Another wicket here for Dhawan. He's been in his elements tonight.
Well, you spoke about the all-round Jimmy Neesham in that he offers with bat, with ball, and he's got a good pair of hands. Lakshan's just added that. Dhananjay Lakshan taking the catch in the deep, and Sompal Kami goes for 13. 163 for 8.
Anish Thakuri comes out, just losing their way. They are Karnali yaks. I just feel it's almost game, set and match here in favor of the Avengers.
There's only been a small moment in the game, isn't there, where the yaks have been in it, and that was probably when Watt and Priyank and Pawan were at the crease. Otherwise, it's really just been pretty plain sailing. Mark Watt gave them a great start again.
Toe end of the bat, long gone, putting in the sprint. That'll fall in between 2 fielders. Spring in their stride this evening, the Pokhara Avengers.
Amazing how in their opening 2 games, they don't look like they're going to win at all. And then just suddenly things start to change. And now you're starting to think, well, if they can sneak into the playoffs, are they now a dark horse for the title?
Yeah, he's bowled well. First game, drafted into the playing 11. Dhawan shows his class. Full. Falls short of the fielder. Bortel. And the ball is just playing a bit of hide and seek with him. So early on the day, the Janakpur Bulls registered their first win. They make that steady climb. Pokhara Avengers, they were with the Bolts 7 and 8. With this big win, they'll certainly help their cause with the net run rate as well.
That 4th position, I've got a feeling, is going to be an absolute bun fight.
It's almost going to be a 4-way battle for the 4th place.
Yeah, the Royals are in, aren't they? The Royals they're in the top 4. I know that you'll feel that they might be in the top 2 already, but mathematically that's not the case. But the Royals can take comfort from the fact that they are already in the top 4 with 5 from 5. But look at that. I mean, the Yaks lose here, they're gone. No, they're not. They can still get to 4. They win their last game. Anything can happen here.
Absolute classic playing out in that points table. Yeah, the low full toss. Great delivery in this stage of the game. A win is a non-negotiable here for all the teams. Winning big is a bonus.
Well, again, we keep talking about the top 4, Mikhail, but the top 2 positions are so important, you know, to play in that qualifier, to go straight through to the final, and also to possibly have a second opportunity.
Should be taken. Rossington says it's mine. He's had a great evening with the bat. He caps it off with a wonderful catch behind the stumps as well. Everything going. the Avengers way, and Dhananjay adds one more wicket to his tally.
Again, a nice bit of cricket, not only from Lakshan but from Rossington. Pace taken off, goes straight up in the air, and Rossington clears everyone out of his way. He says, "I've the man with the gloves. This is my catch." The only obstacle in the way was the stumps. He avoided those. The Curry goes for 1. They're nearly done here, the Yaks. They are 167 for 9.
One wicket away from victory. Now, what an evening it's been for the Avengers, and particularly Adam Rossington carried his bat till the end, opening the innings, a century, unbeaten, and then 20 overs behind the stumps. Wow.
Looks simple, but those balls that go straight up into the night sky are often a little bit tricky. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's just had the perfect day, hasn't he? 100. Ran up the stairs, put his pads on, ran down the stairs. Jess Crow interviewed him. Then he ran onto the field and he's kept wicket for nearly 20 overs.
And don't forget the running between the wickets, the twos, the ones that he converted into twos. Almost grazed past that off stump. Muted appeal. Great over. Oh, it's been given. A delayed appeal, a delayed result in that decision. I'll tell you what, they can stand there, but they'll have to walk back. That's because the Avengers handshakes all around. Game, set, match. Avengers steal a very important win. What was a bit of a dramatic decision and delay in raising that finger. Nevertheless, it's the Avengers who'll go back knowing they've got everything right this evening.
Well, this took so long to give out. If Dipendra Singh Airee was bowling, he would have bowled another 3 balls. There was the first appeal, then the second appeal, and then eventually the third appeal came and it was given out. Everyone's having a little bit of a giggle because I think in the end the Yaks know that it didn't matter if it was given not out because they weren't going to get the required 34 to emerge victorious. A poor evening for the Yaks. Not a lot went right for them, but what a brilliant performance by the Avengers, particularly Adam Rossington, who I'm sure will be our player of the match. But Kushal Burtel's back in the runs, and his team will be all smiles because they've got some momentum now.
And I'm afraid, courtesy this loss to the Pokhara Avengers, the Yaks' hopes of making it in the top 4 as well are over. It does not look like they will be playing a part in making it into the top 4. They now play for pride. The Yaks may have just lost out in season 2 of the NPL, but full marks to Kushal Burtel and boys. Wholesale changes, as many as 5 in the playing 11. Jimmy Neesham had to fly out. They got Jason Roy. Rishi Dhawan comes in. Dhananjay Lakshan comes in. And they got some runs and wickets to ensure that they put on a complete performance, tick all boxes, and get those 2 crucial points and boost their net run rate as well to make that climb into the top 4. It's going to be quite a contest and climax as we reach the back end of the remaining final few games to see who makes it to the top 4, but it's going to be quite a battle between quite a few teams as well.
For a moment, we thought we were going to have another humdinger when the Scotsman Mark Watt started going crazy again, but eventually he was dismissed, 59 from 34. Little contributions from Priyank Panchal and Pawan Saraf and Najibullah Zadran. Khalsawala has an evening that he will not want to